Welcome to our session with Google Classroom. Google Classroom is actually a part of the G Suite for Education, which is comprised of many other applications such as Gmail, Google Docs, Google Forms, and also it includes Google Meet and Hangout for messaging. So, with that said, Google Classroom is somehow a place where the students and the teachers would meet. To be able to create content, we will be needing a bunch of applications such as Google Slides, Google Docs, Google Drawing. And to be able to communicate, we have Gmail, Google Meet, and we will include also Google Chat. All right? Let's go ahead and learn Google Classroom. Let's load Google Classroom by typing classroom.google.com at the URL. Google Classroom can actually be found in the Google Apps icon. It's right down below. Just click on the classroom here and you will go to the same page as I am. The first thing that you want to do is to create a class. Right here, I have two existing classes. And to create one, click on the plus sign and create a class. Type in a class name. This is the only field that is required. So you don't have to fill out the other portion. Create. Now that you have a brand new classroom, the next thing that you're going to do is to create topics and organize them accordingly, similar to what do you have in your syllabus. And to do that, you have to go to classwork, create topics, add your topics one by one, starting with reference materials for me. Right, so you have your first topic here and you continue adding the other topics by simply clicking create again and go to topic. When you're done with the topics, you could actually rearrange them according to your preferences. So by simply dragging, just drag and drop. When you're done with the topics, you could start building your class by adding content to it. You can do that by clicking create here. And you can see that you could create an assignment, a quiz assignment, a single question, and add materials like PDF, videos, and any kind of media to this class. Let's go ahead and build the first topics. For the reference materials, I'm going to upload a PDF copy of the textbook as well as two internet resources which my students would be able to use throughout the semester. So to do that, I have to go click create, material, type in some title, then click add, and then file. I have to select that from my drive, choose the file, and open, load. Okay, then check to which topic will it be added. That will be reference materials, post. So this is the first content that we have just uploaded. I would like to add two more, which is a site, Microtik Wiki. I'm gonna grab that URL here, copy, then go back to classroom, create materials again, type some title, Microtik Wiki, add, and this time it's a link. Then choose the topic, post. Right, so I have two items here now. I want to add one more. MikroTik documentation. Let's repeat the process. Create material, subtitle again, then add link, paste the URL, then add link. Done. We click post. Note that if you did not select a topic, the material that you have posted is added at the topmost of your classwork. You could actually click on it and drag it to the appropriate uh, location where you wanted that material to be categorized. The first reading material that I'm going to upload is a Google Doc, which actually I prepared already. And let's go ahead and check that Google Docs. Okay, so I have here an 11-page document created with Google Docs. I actually prefer to make my documents in Google Docs instead of Microsoft Word or sending them PDF, because whenever there are changes that I would like to make, I could simply edit it in Google Docs and those changes will be reflected to the copies of the student. Let's go ahead and upload this one, Google Classroom. So again, you have to go create material, put some title, gonna add some description, so I'll copy the objective and add. Google Drive, card, modules, and there you go. Click add, click the topic, the basic configuration, and then post. And finally, I would like to upload a video which is already in YouTube. My account, I wanted my videos to be in YouTube because it's faster for my students to be able to watch these videos as opposed to uploading it as a video file. In fact, if their device is slow, they could actually choose the settings here and reduce the quality so that it could be streamed at a faster speed. Okay, now what I need to do is to share this video. Click on the share here. You copy this URL, and then I'm gonna put this in my classroom. To do that, I have to create material and then put the appropriate title, module 1 simple configuration video. Add YouTube, put on the link, click on the search, and there I could see my video. Select that one and add. Okay, when you're ready, select the topic and post. Now that we are done with our topics and we have created some contents in it, it's about time that we invite our students. You see, we created first the content before we invite the students so that the students, when they enter our classroom, it doesn't appear empty. No? It's almost similar to entering a classroom without any teacher or any classmates inside. Okay, so let's go ahead and invite students to join our classroom. There are two ways in which I could add students to my class. First is go to people and add students by inviting them via email. Take note that only students with lorma.edu account can join the class. When you're done, you click invite. And then we wait for the student to either accept the invitation or discard it. This process is a little bit tedious because if you have 50 students, you will be typing in 50 emails. And the easier way for that is actually to give them a code and let them join your class. To do that, you have to go to Stream, and then you see the class code here. Let me click on this display so that it's bigger. I'm gonna copy this one and give it to my students and join the class using this code. Okay? Let me switch to the student account which I created. Obviously, it's the same me. There are two ways which I could join the class because I was invited via email, so I could simply click join here, or I could go to the plus sign here and join the class and type the code that was provided to me by the teacher. So I can't remember that number, so I'll just join. Okay, so inside my classroom, you could see under the stream, I have here some posted items referring to the activities that was done by the teacher. So the latest that was posted is placed on top of it, and the old ones goes down the stream. So right now I don't have any work due soon. So let me check on the classwork. It's basically the same as what you can see on the teacher's classroom, except that I don't have the create button anymore here. So let's go ahead and check one item. So basic configuration. Let's check on the wiki. So it's the site and the simple configuration document that was provided. Take note that my rights to the document is only viewing. So I will not be able to edit this one unless I make a request to edit this one. Okay? Now let me bring out the teacher's copy of this Google document. It's actually here. I could actually see that there is one person who is accessing this document at this point in time. So again, the good thing about this is if I make changes to my document, this will be automatically reflected to my students, to the copy of the students. So I change the color here, and then when I go to the classroom, to the account of the student, which is this one, now the change that was done in the master copy is reflected also to the student's copy. Okay, great. Now it's time to create an activity for the student. So let's create an assignment this time. So go to create assignment, then put some title, activity number 1. I'm going to create a Google drawing which would allow the students to label the parts of a router. I'm gonna say the instruction, label the parts, create a drawing, and gonna add some image, search for the web, looking for a MikroTik router. Okay, so when done, I'm gonna close this one and go back to my classroom. And then what I wanted to do with this is make a copy for each student, so that what I wanted to do is make a copy for each student so that they will not be working on a single document. Make a due date. And either I could assign it today or I could schedule it at a later time. And if I'm not done yet, I could still save it as a draft and continue working on it afterwards. So now I would assign it so that we could see. Okay, so I'm done with the first activity, and you can see nobody submitted it yet, and it was assigned to one person. Let's go ahead and check the student account. How does it look, and how would the student be answering that particular activity? Now I'm here in the student account. I have an activity, is due tomorrow. Gonna click this one, check that out. So I'm instructed here. So if I am done, I could turn it in and it will be graded by my teacher. So let's check the work that was given to me. By clicking on that, gonna put some label in it. Some text. And then the next thing I will do is to share it to my classmates. No, I'm joking. So let's close that one. Take note that Google Docs is auto save. There's no need to save. Just close it and turn it in. Before that, let me make some private comments. Sir, ang hirap naman. Turn it in. One attachment will be submitted for activity 1, which is parts of router. I'm ready, so turn it in. Go ahead and check the teacher's classroom. There you go. One student had handed in his assignment, and let's go check that out. Right. See, student Alan Lau handed in. Ready to check. Okay. So the best thing about Google Docs is you can annotate these documents that are being submitted to you. Okay, so I would actually make a comment by clicking on the item that I would like to put a comment to. Right click and then comment. Then I would say should be Ethernet interface. Ethernet interface. When I'm done, I could put a grade, perfect, and return. And of course, I need to reply back to the comments. Post. Then when I'm done, I click return. Okay. So if I have another student here, I could simply select this previous and next student to check again, to check the work of the next student. So unfortunately, I don't have one. Right? Done. Go back. I could simply close this one and go back to my class. And you see that the numbers here were automatically updated. I have already marked one and nothing more to check. Okay, we are done with the first part and it's now your turn.